Over the last few years, LinkedIn has dropped for most people. Some research shows impressions are now as much as 66% lower than the 2023 peak and still falling year on year. But at the same time, some accounts are growing faster than ever. And that's not luck. Right now, almost everyone is still trying to beat the old LinkedIn algorithm. Today, I want to show you what the algorithm actually optimizes for in 2026. Because once you understand this, it will feel like you're working together with the algorithm rather than against it. See, LinkedIn doesn't really rank posts anymore, it actually ranks people. The platform is no longer asking, is this a good post? It's asking, who is this person and who should trust them? And once you see that, a lot of confusing things start to make sense. Why consistency stops working, why viral posts don't convert, and why small accounts can actually get good reach. Also why reach fluctuates. You're being classified by LinkedIn's new algorithm. To understand why, you need to understand what LinkedIn rebuilt behind the scenes throughout 2025. See, LinkedIn used to have multiple independent systems: feed ranking, recommendations, notifications, formats. Now everything runs through a unified model called 360 Brew. Instead of judging a post alone, LinkedIn builds a full understanding of the person behind it. Your profile, the areas you're an expert in, who engages with you, whether conversations continue. Old LinkedIn purely measured the engagement on your content to decide how many people saw it. New LinkedIn measures your entire profile to predict who your posts will be most relevant to. So let me show you exactly how the new algorithm works so that you can beat it in 2026. Let's see, how does LinkedIn categorize you? Well, before LinkedIn distributes content, it essentially tries to label you. And if it can't clearly classify you, it will limit your distribution. This explains why most people struggle. The bottom 80% of posts only generate about 10% of impressions for most people. And this is why having a full optimized profile is essential for generating the right kinds of views on the platform. You need to be demonstrating expertise and experience with the same topics you speak about in your content. And I made an entire video breaking down how to fully optimize your profile, so just comment profile if you want me to hook you up with that link. The second thing you need to know is that niche beats broad. The gap between top and average content is now massive. The top content gets up to 149 times more reach than average content. Interestingly, LinkedIn is no longer rewarding broad appeal, which it did through 2023, 24, and 2025. Now it rewards relevance. You don't grow by appealing to everyone anymore. You grow by being relevant to a specific audience. And to be honest, this is a good thing because it stops you chasing virality and gets you focused on what really matters, building authority amongst the people who are most likely to pay you. Third, you need to realize that engagement quality matters more than quantity. Not all engagement counts equally in 2026. The algorithm heavily weights meaningful interactions. So a single comment increases the chance someone sees your next post by 80%. A like only increases it by 25%. And when authoritative people engage, reach expands to similar profiles. So oftentimes, who interacts matters more than how many people interact. But one thing I'm banking on personally in 2026 is the importance of utility. We used to talk about valuable content. You've been told thousands of times to provide value. But in 2025, you need to give utility. And what I mean by that is you need to provide content that has some kind of practical application, the kind of thing someone would save to actually implement later. And that save is vital. Saves will become the #1 predictor of account growth on LinkedIn in 2026. The fourth thing you should know is that your network determines your reach. LinkedIn is and always has been fundamentally a network-based platform. But now your relationships with your network impact your growth more than ever. If someone visits your profile, they are 60% more likely to see your next post. If they send you a DM, it's 90%. So if you want people to be more likely to see your content, you need to be actively building relationships with them on the platform. LinkedIn estimates that 65% of your feed is controlled by your interactions. So make sure you're interacting with the people who you most want to see your posts. Fifth, realize that reach is falling because filtering is rising. So across the platform, reach is down nearly 50% year on year. Median impressions are down 66% from their peak. And that's probably because the first hour after your content goes live no longer decides the success of your post as much as it used to. Posts can resurface even days or weeks later if engagement continues to drive on them. LinkedIn now behaves a little bit more like YouTube than Twitter. Your feed is less of a posting timeline and more like a personalized recommendation of what they think is most relevant to you. So sure, this might mean less reach overall, but with the right strategy, you're going to be in the feeds of those who are most relevant to you. The sixth thing is that meaning beats mechanics. What this also means is that meaning and keywords are 10 times more important now. Things like hashtags matter a lot less. In fact, I'd go as far as to say they are pointless. Some research shows that posts with more than 3 hashtags actually perform 70% worse. Format hacks matter slightly less, as well as the algorithm evaluates your topic relevance directly through keywords. However, the laws of human psychology remain the same. If you lead with a strong hook, constantly feed curiosity, and format your post in a way that's easy to read, you're going to retain more viewers and get more engagement. But the point is this: you can't trick the system like you could in 2023. Now you can only train it. The seventh thing you should know is that authority is the real signal for how your content ranks. Everything on LinkedIn right now points to one conclusion. LinkedIn is amplifying people that are seen as trusted authorities. It desperately wants to put content from relevant and credible people in the feeds of people who will find it most interesting. That's why the top profiles grow 104 times faster than median accounts. The platform is confident about who they are, what they share, and who it's relevant to. Let me reassure you, this is a great thing. If you're actually an expert in your industry with interesting things to say, that is. If you're someone who's got nothing interesting to say beyond motivational quotes and just wants to game your way to 100 likes with selfies and engagement pods, LinkedIn probably isn't going to work for you in 2026. But if you've got even a few years experience, the right profile, and a content strategy, you can become one of the #1 leaders in your industry. And if you want to learn the system I've used to help hundreds of entrepreneurs to do the same, I recommend watching this in-depth blueprint.